Hi, I'm Katy Ambrose. I'm here at George Washington's Mount Vernon in Virginia in the United States. And I'm here to introduce my article in the Horn Call, which is about William Lee, who was an enslaved horn player, and the Rodenbostel horn that he may have played here at Mount Vernon. These are the enslaved person's quarters at Mount Vernon where William Lee would have lived. From the age of 16 all the way up until the beginning of Washington's presidency, Lee was at Washington's side. The duties of a typical European huntsman would have been tending to the horses, tending to the hounds, and blowing the horn on the field during the hunt. However, William Lee's duties extended far beyond those of a typical European huntsman. He was George Washington's body servant and his valet, and he served as a bodyguard for Washington during the Revolutionary War. It's possible that William Lee did play this horn. The evidence doesn't prove or disprove this claim, but it's an important part of American horn history nonetheless. This horn was made by George Henry Rodenbostel sometime between 1764 and 1789. We can see here that the damage to the horn is extensive and definitely beyond repair. But Richard Serafinoff was kind enough to craft a reproduction seen right here. And if we look at them next to each other, they're virtually identical. The difference being the damage to the original has bent the bell inward a bit. The mouthpiece was bent at a 90-degree angle, so Richard decided not to attempt to take the mouthpiece out of the lead pipe for risk of damaging it further. And here you can see the maker's stamp of George Henry Rodenbostel. At the start of Washington's presidency, William Lee suffered some injuries to his knees that incapacitated him to where he couldn't ride horses. And it was likely the end of his days as a huntsman. He was relocated to the shoemaker's shop and became the shoemaker for the Mount Vernon estate. And this here is the shoemaker's shop where William Lee spent the last few years of his life. He outlived Washington, and there are several accounts of visitors coming to Mount Vernon, hearing stories from William Lee about the Revolutionary War. Lee was the only enslaved person George Washington freed upon his death. The other enslaved people were freed upon Martha Washington's death, and he elected to stay here at Mount Vernon and remain to be the shoemaker for the estate. William Lee is tremendously important to music history, as he was one of the first black horn players in the United States. I hope that this video has piqued your interest about my article, and if you aren't already a member, consider joining the International Horn Society for access to great resources like the Horn Call. Thank you for watching.